Hey everyone, my name is Abdul, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of my road to my very first powerlifting comp. Today I'm going to be going over my first training day and specifically going over why I have board presses in my program. As I mentioned in my intro video, I am working with Coach Garrett from GC Athletics, and in the program he's made for me, he's given me a few variations of the three main lifts. As you've probably guessed from the title of this video, I will be going over board presses today. So, what exactly is a board press? Well, it's a variation of the bench press where the range of motion is shortened and the individual performing the exercise presses off of a board or a block that is being held on their chest by either a training partner or, if you're like me and don't have many friends, you can utilize a foam block attachment like I have here that goes right on the bar. So, what exactly does it do? It overloads the bench press by allowing you to push more weight in a shortened range of motion. What it'll also do is get your body used to heavier weight, not only build confidence in the movement, it's just going to overload your CNS. So you get used to pushing that heavier weight and build that confidence, and eventually you'll be able to push that weight without a block or a board. The heights can vary, so you can customize the movement based on your weaknesses and where your sticking points are. And that's why I'm using it. Like many people, my bench press is one of my worst lifts, and my sticking point is usually a couple inches above my chest. I am personally able to do just a couple of pounds more than my normal 1 rep max for bench press with this exercise, whereas some people can probably do quite a bit more than their 1 rep max. If you are looking for a hypertrophic effect, I personally wouldn't recommend this exercise because of that shortened range of motion. It wouldn't elicit much of a stimulus for muscle growth. Not saying you're absolutely not going to build muscle using this exercise, but in my opinion, there are just better exercises for muscular hypertrophy. So, one way to utilize this exercise in a program, if you are looking to not only build strength but also build muscle as well, is making this the main movement of the day. So, doing this exercise first, working up to a very heavy top set, and then doing regular bench or even dumbbell bench presses for back off work. That way you're getting that overloading effect with the block press, and then utilizing an exercise with more of a range of motion to potentially get a better hypertrophic response. So once again, not replacing the bench press by any means, just utilizing it as a variation of the bench press on one of my days, just to get my body used to heavier weight and provide that overloading effect. After my board presses on this day, my second exercise is going to be front squats. And fair warning, my front squats are terrible, so don't make too much fun of them. I don't train front squats very often. I'm not a. I hate doing front squats, but that just means I have to do them more because I'm bad at them and I need to get better at them. So I don't train front squats very often, but having them in a program will help me with two things. One, keep my torso upright during my competition style back squat, just because I tend to fold over a little bit too much. And then two, target my quads, just because they tend to be a little bit more posterior dominant in my squats because of all the knee surgeries that I've had in the past. And piggybacking off of that, this is also why you're probably seeing me take a little bit of a longer warm up. Even though my body's pretty warm from the bench press, I like to warm up my knees and my hips. So I've been doing these step downs that I've picked up from Squat University. They had a phenomenal video on it. I tried it and it actually relieved a lot of knee pain when performing squats. So I tend to do these a couple sets of 12 to 15 reps like he's prescribed in his video before I do any sort of lower body movement. And it's mostly just for squats and deadlifts. If my hips are feeling pretty tight, on a bench day, I'll warm those up as well. But for the most part, I take like maybe closer to 10 to 15 minutes, um, warming up my lower body before attempting a heavy squat or deadlift. After I did the step downs, as you saw, I slowly started working up to my working sets on front squats. I did ramping sets, so each set, what I would do for my working sets is I would increase the weight while keeping the reps the same. But that is all that I did that day. I did have some more accessory work that I had to do, but unfortunately, I was on a bit of a time crunch. So instead of taking a full rest day the next day, I just did all of my accessory work that day. And that concludes it for day one of training. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see something specific with these videos, just comment below. But otherwise, I'm just going to continue uploading my training videos. Thanks again for stopping it by and watching, and I hope all of you have a good one.